Everybody's
Olá, boa noite.
everybody's coming. Olá, boa noite. Hello. Olá. Olá, Anabela. Let's see.
Eu não sei como é que eu te vou mandar o link. Ó.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Hello, good evening. Welcome.
Thank you.
Everybody's coming now. We are waiting a little bit so that everybody can enter.
Good evening to all.
Hello, good evening. Welcome. Can you manage the sounds off in a little bit?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Everybody, please turn your microphone off if you have something.
Yes, not now. Now we are beginning, but when I start.
When you start,
Hello,
please,
Cidália.
please
Patrícia.
mute yourself.
Hello.
Mute yourself.
Olá, boa tarde. Boa tarde. Hello. I'm trying to see if, what is the majority of people, if Portugal or Spain. I don't know yet. But today
I'm
we
Italian,
are
but I joined prestigious speakers, so I think I count as Spain.
Hello, welcome. Everybody's okay and safe around here, around there. Alessandra, yes.
Yeah, there are many, COVID is kind of everywhere, but
Yes,
like everywhere.
Here too. Oh, we are now with 20 participants. Very good, very good. Let's wait a little bit more. Let's wait until I'll say 35 and then we'll start just to see. I guess Vera told me that there were 27 people. Okay, Marisa, hello. Hello, Marisa. And so let's see if you can get to 27. If not, we'll start.
Patrícia, I came without registration, so I'm an intruser.
You deal with registrations, Annabella?
No, I skipped the registration part and I came directly to the
Oh, okay. It's okay. I think that Vera yesterday told me that there were 27 people registered.
I also didn't register it, so I also.
I think that a lot of people, maybe it wasn't
Me neither.
mandatory.
Sorry.
It wasn't mandatory. It's okay. I think it's just a tool. It's just a tool for us to have a notion of how many
just
people
think
were.
that we came. So this is the important part.
Yes, wonderful. That's what matters. Okay, well, it's 6:35, so I guess that we are going to start. This is going to be recorded, so if you want to tell some colleagues that are getting later, please tell them that then you can all see this workshop that is going to be recorded. So let me share my screen I will turn this wonderful music off. Okay. So that everybody can be listening to me. Let me see if I don't mess up. Okay. You are all seeing this, right? And it, let me see. It flipped. Yes. Yes. You have seen the turn of the page. Yes. Okay. So welcome everybody to this class of moments of Veritaserum. I don't know if you all know the world of Harry Potter. This music that we were listening is the soundtrack of Harry Potter movies. And I am very inspired because Harry Potter had turned 20 years. And so I've used this theme to present you this magical tool, this potion, the Veritaserum, that Toastmasters provided us so that we can have a super tool to our club to help our members and our clubs to improve day after day. Just so that I can have a notion, who have already been in touch with this tool, with the moments of truth? Anybody? Yeah, I think that our district and our division already had. Well, let's talk about that. I will make a little presentation at the beginning about how this works, which are the teams that are evaluated in this tool. And at the end, we'll have time to some questions if you want to take some doubts. So let's advance. And what is this? The moments of truth. This is really a tool that Toastmasters International provided us with the goal that necessary requirements are needed to create positive impressions about the service provided by the clubs. And so what this is a club quality assessment, an inquiry that we can use for members can express their opinion about the function of the club. How are the things going? We will see later which are the themes that we can explore with this tool. So regularly, with moments of truth, Toastmasters International recommends that this inquiry is made in two phases. A first phase in the beginning of the Toastmaster year, in July or August or September, so that we can make an assessment at the beginning of the year about how is the club doing, okay? And then we make this inquiry, we see, we can analyze all the results that came from this. And then with the second phase, I'm sorry, it is a one and it's a two in there. The second phase, it can be done by January or February. We had already 6 months, one semester to apply any kind of improvement that we have implemented with the first phase results. And now for the second semester, we can do another inquiry so that in those next 6 months, we can improve even more our club. So ideally, this inquiry should be done in two phases, at the beginning and at the middle of the Toastmasters year. This is the when. And how can we do these moments of truth? Well, this is, as I've been saying, a survey, a questionnaire that will be completed by the members of each club. And then we can analyze the results to obtain nothing more, nothing less than the strengths and, like Toastmasters good practice, points of improvement, strengths and points of improvement for our clubs. With the pandemic, for example, how can we do this in practice? You can do a questionnaire for yourself and maybe present it in paper, but as we are today with pandemic, we can use online tools, which I can say they are really practical because they give us the opportunity to spread the questionnaire for every single members, and then we can automatically do the analysis of the results. For example, the Google Forms, it's not publicity, but it is a good tool that we've been using. The Google Form, with this tool, we can do the questionnaire with some kind of how can I say, improvements, okay, so that it could be pretty. We can select the contributors, the people, for example, the club officers that will be able to make some changes in the questionnaire, for example. Then we send an easy link to the members, they click and then they can complete the questionnaire. And automatically this wonderful tool provides us the Excel analysis. We don't need to do much more. It gives us an Excel sheet with all the results that then we can filter, for example, and take all the informations of the results that we need, so that we can then present the results for the club, for example. And so this is the how. Just to, I will talk a little later, but this can be done at the level of the club. But for example, and this is why I'm doing today the workshop, I've been doing these moments of truth at level of the division. This year and in 2020 at Division C, we have made this questionnaire at a global hierarchy. So I've prepared in the Google Forms this questionnaire. I have sent the link for the area directors. The area directors have shared with presidents and presidents with members. And so we have been able to have the results of this questionnaire at these levels: division, areas, and then the clubs. Okay, so this is a really flexible tool that you can use for the clubs, but also imagine areas can use it, divisions, district, even it's a little more difficult logistically at a level of logistics, but it can be done, okay? And it has been useful, and we are getting good results with the possibility of define some measures to improve our clubs and define our strategies for the semesters. So let's now know which are the themes? The themes that Moments of Truth will talk about, we will question our members about. And they are mostly these 6. So the first impressions, the membership orientation, fellowship, variety and communication, program planning and meeting organization, membership strength and achievement recognition. Let's see with details all of these themes that we can put and analyze on this questionnaire. I will say this at the end, but I say now, the Toastmasters International give us this tool. There is a manual, okay? I'm saying this, and this is not because I've choose, but because Toastmasters International have already created this amazing tool with these teams, and we can just use it, and they are exactly these themes and these questions that I'm going to present now that are suggested by Toastmasters International. So, about the first impressions, in this theme, or in this part of the questionnaire, what do we search? That the guests' positives, experiences and observations are crucial to define their eventual return and registration as members. So we evaluate these first impressions of our guests, people who came to a Toastmaster session for the first time. And the questions that, or the points that we have evaluated are these. Are guests greeted warmly and introduced to the officers and members? So, how do we receive our guests? If there is a guest book and name tags provided, for example, this can vary from club to club. If there is a professional arranged meeting room, this is important, mostly at the presential sessions. If there is a convenient meeting location, here talking about all the technology eventually needed with the data show, computer, etc. Are guests invited to address the club? We are talking about guests, so do we connect with them during the session? And at the end, are guests invited to join? Okay, so these are the questions that we can ask our members so that they can share their opinion about the first impressions. Now, in our questionnaire that we've made in Division C, as we are in the pandemic, we've choose to make some changes, okay? This is a tool provided for Toastmasters International, but it can be flexible, and there we are now with times where we need to be flexible, right? And so we have adapted, and we've made some changes in some questions. For example, about the meeting room, we've made this ad saying that in case of an in-person or mixed regime, okay, so that people who aren't with the presential sessions, for example, didn't stay without a choice of saying their opinion. Then the convenient meeting location, in case also of in-person or mixed. Then, are the security measures implemented in the face-to-face session rooms, okay, in case of presential sessions due to the contingencies of the COVID pandemic? Then, for example, this is important, in case of mixed sessions, are the conditions provided allow an adequate balance in the quality for both the presential members eventually or online members, okay? And we are talking about a mixed session. And also a question about the digital platform that is being using to conduct online or mixed meetings is functional for the club's needs. Okay, so we've added these questions to, well, take care of this pandemic conditioning. Then the second theme, membership orientation. Well, we all know that the club must inform all members about the educational and recognition program and make known the club's responsibility to them and their responsibility to the club. So we also ask our members how this is going on the club, with questions like, there is a formal induction, including a presentation of all the manuals and projects. There is assignment of mentor for new members. Are the education programs and recognition systems discussed with each member individually? Are learning needs assessed? Okay, if we ask each member which are their learning needs, nowadays with the pathways questionnaire, this is almost automatically done, but it's important that the VPA have this conversation with all members, and we can put this question here. Are discussed accommodations for members with special disabilities, for example, if there is this needed. Assigned leadership and communication roles in meetings are correctly assigned. And the involvement of members in all aspects of club activities. Okay, all these points can be asked in this part of membership orientation. Well, here we don't need to make any adjustment for pathways because this is about the educational program. Now, the third part of the questionnaire is about fellowship, variety, and communication. So, as we are Toastmasters and we like to provide good family comfort, welcome to all members. The questionnaire evaluates this, how the club will be able to retain members if it provides a fun, supportive and healthy environment that encourages enjoyable learning. Okay, it's all the thing about fellowship that will be now asked. And which are the questions that can be done? For example, guests are warmly greeted and feeling at home in every session. There are enjoyable educational sessions that are scheduled, that are programmed. Social events are regularly scheduled. Does the club incentive members to participate in area, district and international events? Also, inter-club events are valid, for example, joint sessions or competitions. And if there is a club newsletter or a website updated regularly, so if all these things that can contribute for this fellowship priority, if they are being applied in the club. Here we have made also some adjustments for the pandemic. For example, the thing about planned sessions remain pleasant and diversified despite the implemented contingency measures. For example, if the clubs have been able, even with a mixed session, for example, to provide this good environment and also diversity in sessions. And the question about social events, obviously that even if it's safe or even possible in doing to the rules that are applied to each country or each city, but I think that it is good that clubs can maintain some social events, even if they are online, so that, we all know at this pandemic, everybody was so alone, and so it could be possible. So it made sense that this question could be here, so that eventually clubs could adapt in this way. And now we are going to the fourth. Is that okay? The program planning and meeting organization. Well, this is about clubs meetings being carefully planned with speakers, with evaluations, members having all the conditions necessary to achieve their education goals. Okay, an important part of our education program, and we need to ask our members if how they think that this is being shared to them. And so, which are the questions that are recommended? The program and agenda are publicized in advance. We all know that this is a bit of a problem in every session and every club. I think it's a majority. So it's important that we ask the members how this is going, how they think about this. Then the members are aware of their responsibilities under the agenda and are prepared to assume them. This a little bit relation with how mentors are dealing with their mentees, maybe also the VPA team, if he is aware of all the needs of the members, and if everybody knows their functions, their responsibilities. Then it is a suggestion from Toastmasters International that all projects presented are from the manuals or the pathways program, and so this question must be made. Then meetings begin and then on time. Also a very important point that many times isn't accomplished, and we need also to ask this. If creative table topics and activities are programmed, okay, so that the sessions are routine and it can be a little bit more fun or diversified, and also very important, the positive and helpful evaluations. It is important that we can ask our members if they are happy with the quality of the evaluations that have been presented in the club, since this is one of the most important aspects of Toastmasters, okay? We have made one adjustment due to the pandemic. That is important to make sure that the documentation needed to participate in the online or mixed sessions are available to all members. This is because sometimes it happens, we were used to, in the present sessions, to have our sheets, our inquiries for the evaluations. And now sometimes when we are online, everybody's asking, where is the agenda? Where is the form for the evaluation? And it is important so that we can ask members how they feel about this, so that maybe the Sergeant at Arms team can be more aware of how they can improve, so that everybody, even present or in a mixed session, can have everything that is needed. And then we have the membership strength. Well, this is something that we all want that is strong in our clubs, isn't it? When the club has enough members to ensure good leadership and have full meetings with well-prepared speakers, all assigned roles, all the conditions are then created for an active, lively club that benefits existing members and attract new members, okay? So we need to have good members and a good force and with a good team spirit. For that, everything goes running well in the club. And for this, the questions that we can ask members are, we made this first question so that we can have a notion how is the club with the members. So we ask, has club 20 or more members? Then we can ask if the retention rate is satisfactory. If we have members that stay in club for 1, 2 or more years, or even if guests stay in the club. Then there is promotion of the club in the communities or in the host entity. This is about the promotion, divulgation of the club, where we have our sessions, the city, maybe a journal or something, and we can ask the clubs if this is being correctly done. Then club programs are varied and exciting. We've talked about this a little bit, but now this is about membership strength. So if the members are able to do club programs varied, even make some special sessions or something, so that members can continue excited and motivated to participate in the Toastmaster sessions. Then Toastmasters sponsoring new members are recognized. Okay, this is something that can be done in the clubs. We can have, for example, a friendly competition about which member can bring more guests, or maybe, well, someone that organized an event to call members, for example, and then eventually we can recognize people who do this effort for the club. And this is connected. There are regular recruiting programs for new members, membership building programs, okay? So these questions will help us to understand if the club is with a good membership strength, okay? And finally, we have the sixth theme, that is the achievement recognition, okay? What we like in Toastmaster, one of the things, isn't it? Who doesn't like to be recognized? And so we must ask the members if they are happy about the way that our efforts, our progress is being recognized. So the club motivates members to stay active by monitoring their progress against established goals, submitting the rewards achieved as soon as they are completed, and consistently recognizing members' achievements, okay? That's what this part is about. And which are the questions that we can make? Objectives. Are they immediately submitted to Toastmasters International? Okay, actually, nowadays with pathways, it is VPE who has to do this task, but it has to be done. Okay. Exciting progress maps are displayed and updated, for example, so that everybody can know their progress, in which part of the education program the members are, for example. Then the goals achieved by members are publicly and formally recognized. This is very important. We all like to be recognized about our achievements, and it's good that there is consistency in these recognizes. And so it is important that we ask members if they are happy about the way this is being done. Then also the club, district and international leaders are recognized. Also, do we have an area director? Do you have a club goals director? Anything? We need to recognize, of course, these people. It's good for the club, and it's good for these people, and we need, of course, to recognize them. Also, the individual club and member achievements are publicized also. And if the DCP, if you don't know, Distinguished Club Program, is used for planning and for recognition. It can be used, for example, for presidents in club business and awards to present monthly, for example, this DCP, so that members can know how is the club positioned for achieving their goals, okay, and help them also planning their future in the projects that members can do in the next month, okay. And so these are the primary questions that we can use in the moments of truth. And so why can we use this tool? As I said at the beginning, in Division C, we have really used this to evaluate our division and also being able to make an analysis of each area individually. So with Google Forms, we can do this. We can have the results of the division and then the results of the 4 areas, and we can then go to the level of the club. And so being able to analyze this division. And this is really the great purpose of this tool, and making then this analysis of SWOT with strengths, with weaknesses, with the opportunities and the threats, so that we then can make our strategies for the coming times, okay? It is really useful. For example, I can tell you the example of the division in 2020. We had in our 4 areas, in C1 we had 45 answers, in C2 16, in C3 16, and in C4 32 answers. Practically all clubs have responded. Only on C3 and C4, one club in each didn't answer. There were clubs that were a little weaker, but in an overall we were able to have not totally responsible members, but a good part of them that provided us good information to analyze. And so we were able to get these results. For example, the best evaluated areas here in the division results. The best evaluated areas were the first impressions and the program planning and meeting organization. And for the contrary, the worst evaluated areas were the membership strength and the achievement recognition. And then the areas with 5 rating, for example, the question with the 5 rating was all projects presented are from manual pathways programs. It was good. And then the areas with 1 rating, for example, are the security measures implemented in face-to-face session room, adequate I think that some of those questions were related to a non-applicable question. There was some confusion, and I think that they wanted to, some of them, to express that it was non-applicable because in 2020 some clubs didn't have sessions or weren't with mix, were only online. So this was something that with a more closely analysis we were able to see that mostly they didn't want it to rate with 1, but it was related to non-applicable. This year we have made some changes so that these results don't have these mistakes. And the other, there are regular recruiting programs for new members. And this was effectively an area that we saw that required some work because much members, so much clubs weren't doing this kind of programs, especially because of the year that we were passing through. But usually, I think that the clubs don't do this often, recruiting programs. So this is a point of improvement that we have developed with this analysis. Okay, so we can really have some analysis from the results that we have with this questionnaire. And as I said, you can all use this tool even on clubs or in the areas or in division, what you think that is better for you, your clubs, your areas. But the important thing that this is disposable for in the Toastmasters International, in the Toastmasters.org resources, we can find this manual, the moments of truth, and it comes with the manual, with a PowerPoint presentation if you don't want to have more trouble preparing a PowerPoint presentation. It has this and all the manuals. So we have all the tools so that, for example, you can make a learning moment about MOT in your clubs to prepare and to share that you are going to make this inquiry, for example, and then being able to prepare, because you have here all these questions that I've presented you and they are there. Also important to say that it is flexible. You don't have to make all these questions if you don't want. You can adapt as we have made with this thing of the pandemic. And you can simply use it so that you can improve your club, okay? And here is so the link. And this is it with well, we say together we are stronger, isn't it? And so as Toastmasters that we are, that we love to give feedback, we can really use this powerful tool to ask our members how they think that our clubs, our areas, our divisions are doing, and compile, analyze all these results, and then provide some strategies, prepare some strategies so that in the future we can improve, and all the clubs being able to being recognized and add some medals, some ribbons to our clubs, okay? So this is it. Now I have some questions. No, I open the floor for questions if you want to ask something about this tool. Okay, this is it. I was seeing if I didn't forget nothing. I don't know if you want me to share with you the Google form that I've used. Would you like that to see? Well, the Division C I also already know because they had access to the link. and they have already responded to the questionnaire, so they know how this is structured. But I can show you. Let me see. Meanwhile, if you want to ask some question,
I have a question. I have a question.
Yes, go Sergio.
Normally, how long do you think that is the best option to give the choice to members to respond to the Google form? 1 month for them to respond, 2 months, 3? How do you think?
Yes, I think this is made for, well, 1 month, okay? Because as I said, we have to do this. We can do this in the first period, in July, August, September, and then we need to analyze the results and then define the strategies to improve. So I think 1 month is the ideal, so that we can have time to prepare and then define the strategies, okay? This is very important also, that we make a good divulgation of this inquiry, okay, between members, or here in division, we also are talking with all the presidents, so that all members will complete the questionnaire. And it all depends on that. It isn't always easy that people respond to those things, but we need to promote these and to explain to everybody which are the benefits of doing these questionnaires. So that's it. Oh, let me see if I can share this mod. Yeah, okay. Let me share. Where is it? It's here. Okay. Do you see? Yes. So in Google Forms, this is here, really easy. This is in Portuguese, I'm sorry, but I think you can understand. We have this part here where we can write the questions and okay, make all the changes that we need. We can add blocks. We can introduce some images so that it can be more beautiful. And here I've started with some questions, as this was with the division. I have asked everybody which was the time that members are in Toastmasters, which is the area, and which is the club, so that automatically we can then filter the answers for areas and for clubs. And then we have added the blocks, those 6 blocks of questions. The first impressions and all the questions. Important because of that error that I've told you about. I have added the 0 and the 6 option, and I have explained here in the introduction that 0 is I don't know, an I don't know option, and the 6 is a non-applicable, okay? And then the 1 to 5, it is the good or bad options, so that we can give this option to the members if, for example, they don't have mixed sessions or only have online sessions, and they can choose the greatest option most applicable for their situation. And so it was this. We've made all the questions, so it was first impressions and all the questions that I've talked to you about. Okay. The second, then it was okay. The third with all the questions, fourth, and so it on. And the good thing about this is that then we can go here to the answers, and we can see all the emails of who responded. Okay, this is it. And then, oh yes, beautiful graphics that it gives us automatically. graphics, for example, here we can see how long the members are in Toastmasters. We can see this analysis right on, which is our area. Also important, we can see the percentage of members of each area that have responded. This is a test, this isn't okay. And which is our club also, which was the clubs that had more responses. And then here we can see question for question the results, okay? From 0 to 6, we can have this results analysis automatically, okay? At the end, I have put the observations option, so that everybody could write like we like in Toastmasters to give a more detailed feedback, and so everybody can write. And in the Excel, we then can see which people has made their observations, okay? And we can have this analysis, and this can then be downloaded here in a spreadsheet that then we can use to analyze the best way that we want, okay? It is really an easy tool to do this. All right, I see a hand in the air. Anna, you have some question?
Hi, Patrícia, thank you so much for your presentation. Yes, I have. The first one is, how do you think, I checked that you present the good side of Google Forms, but there are other kind of, I will say, ways to do surveys that allow you to, for example, save your answers. Imagine that you are starting to do it and then you need to save and finish later. And also different ways to put the scale. In this case, you need to adapt and put 1 and 6, and there are others that may be free and allow you to be more versatile with the ways you put your questions. But you opted for Google Forms because it's probably the most easy one to use. But do you think that if you have other kind of surveys or platforms to use, they will be valuable for this question, or is just a detail?
Yes, of course. It was really an example, and I use this because I knew this platform, and for me it was the logistics part, because I needed to spread this link in an easy way and have an easy way to being able to analyze the results, and this give me this analysis. I know this isn't the perfect tool, but for the logistics that I needed, it was what I chose. Obviously that there are very other tools that we can use. It was just an option, because really we needed to, there are a lot of people involved, okay, the 4 areas, and so this was the most easy way that I found to do this. But obviously that, for example, in a club, that we can do this in a way more easy, more precise, with maybe really something made in an Excel and being something much more concise and applicable to each club. Yes.
No, because I used to do it very often here at the University of Coimbra, and I start with the Google Forms and then I switch to another platform that is Lime Survey, and I do it for like thousands. And we also have the easy way to analyze the results, and is more a little bit more flexible. But I can share later.
Yes, thank you, yes.
And I need to go, okay? Continue this almost.
Thank you, bye, Anna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, hope you liked.
Bye, guys.
And so, there are any more questions? Did you understand how this can be done? I think it's a very good tool, and really clubs should use this more often, because really need this assessment. The presidents to know how the club, how the members are feeling, and this is easy to do. And we with this can really define our strategies and see how can we improve and make our clubs better and better. We can really, the Toastmasters suggest this to be done every year and 2 times per year. So maybe the VPA teams can organize, and presidents to arrange a team so that they can provide these inquiries. We have been doing this in Division C for the last 2 years, but after we didn't have this been doing. It was the clubs that were doing this only. So it can be used, and it is here. So use it. Sergio.
Actually, 2 questions. The first one, in which months should the divisions or areas do the moments through? July, September, December, July, August, July, January, and I'm just picking up months. And the next question is, should the clubs do this? If so, how many times a year? 2 times also?
I've explained that, yes, in the PowerPoint. The Toastmasters International recommended 2 times a year. Okay. The first time in the beginning of the Toastmaster year, maybe not in July because officers are still being aware of everything, but maybe in August or September. August sometimes is holidays, but September it's good. And then the second time there in January or February may be used. We are going, for example, to use our TLIs now in January and February, for example, to present the results of our analysis of our moments of truth, so that everybody can know which were the results and which can be the strategies for the few months that are left in the Toastmasters year. So yes, the second part in January or February, and recommended is 2 times a year, but if it's just one, it's okay, everything good, nothing, no one can be hurt with that. But it's really a good assessment for the club.
And for the clubs, how many times?
Didn't understand.
And for the clubs, we are talking about division and areas, and for clubs.
This is made for the club. So the division and area, it was now an update that we've done recently, because this is a tool. This manual is in the Successful Club series, those manual advanced for the clubs. Okay, so we have adapted so that we could do this in the division and the areas, but it's made for the club. And so also 2 times a year, it's the answer. Sophia.
Yeah, I have 2 questions. In fact, probably I don't know about it, and because of it, I'm questioning it. When you present the results, do you present also the numbers, the percentage of the persons that reply, to see if we get a good number, and also if you present by club, area, division, etc., or it's only on club level?
Well, what I have suggested, first, the questionnaire gives us the percentage of people, and I think it's important to demonstrate the number of people who responded, and who responded for in each area and in each club, okay, so that we can have the notion of the representativity, for example. the presentation of the results. In the tail, I am going to present the division results. I won't have a lot of time, and I am doing this in an overall for division. What I have suggested is that each area make, for example, a reunion of their area committee, and in the area they can discuss the area results, and then the presidents can discuss the club specifically results. Okay, this can be done at all these levels. We are doing this for analyze in the division, but this is why we wanted to make all the areas and presidents participate, so that now each one of them can get the results specifically that they want to observe and that they need, so that each one of them can then present their strategies of improvement.
Thank you.
It is really a multifaceted task and tool that can be used in several ways. Okay, more questions. We have now 23 participants. Well, if you weren't all here at the beginning, this session is being recorded, and it will be able to view in the district site. Yes, Sergio? YouTube, I think.
Yes.
YouTube
No,
of the district.
On the website. I'm gonna
on the
share
website.
I'm going to share the link where is the old webinars that were recorded until today and where this one will be. I'm going to share on the chat.
And so if you came late, or if you want to share this with your VPAs, presidents, or area directors, or anything, you can share this later, okay? So that everybody can be aware of this extraordinary tool. Good. More questions? Well, if there are no more questions, I'm sorry. A little bit.
It's not COVID. It's not COVID. She's tested and she's all right. It's not.
I'm sorry. I hold it with an hour, but I'm in a cold. So, a little bit.
Again, it's not COVID. We are with this thing live. That is not COVID. This is what we call a safe meeting.
So could be COVID, no problem. It's safe.
Okay, so I would like to say goodbye if there are no more questions. This is it. Any doubt? It was in the final slide. You can email me or talk to me, okay? If you have any question, we will be seeing us around here in Toastmasters events. I hope that can be presential in this 2022. And so wish you all a great year. With health.
Wait,
okay.
Patricia, wait a second.
Thank you, Patricia.
Yes.
Wait 1 second. Patricia, can you hear me?
Yes.
Let's be very cautious because
No.
Luis Marrana asked the question and he's concerned that he's going to be ignored.
I'm sorry, I didn't saw it.
I can read it. I can
Yeah,
read it.
you read it.
I really don't want to, but I'm gonna read. Okay, Luis Marrana, I think he's having some problem with his cell phone. He was asking, let me see. I'm gonna try to ask with a serious face. As a member, why should I care a swearing?
No. What I think he was asking was, why should I care about answering? It's a typo.
Okay, answering.
Oh, okay. Well, because thank you, Luís Marrana. Because this is something that will help everybody in the club. It will help the club to be better, officers can be more aware of how they can improve and they can help all the members with the opinions of everybody. As I said, together we are stronger, and if we share our concerns and points of improvement, we will have all the tools that we need to help everybody. So this is the main goal of this powerful Veraticerum potion of truth that Toastmasters provide us. It is good, Luís Marrana. Okay. So for me, this is it. Thank you very much for you all for coming. It was a pleasure. And be all safe with health, as I said. No cough. And with no COVID and no colds. We will see us around. Yes, a great
Patrícia,
2022.
obrigada. Thank you.
Thank you, obrigada.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
I think
Pedro,
I
estás
think
bonzinho?
it's a flurona. You know what is flurona?
Ah, sim, já ouvi falar.
It's the new combination between flu and corona.
Podes falar em português agora.
Podes parar de gravar aí.
Eu vou falar em português.
Goodbye.
Sim.